always dreamed to become a doctor. And the moment that I became a doctor, it felt the same. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about how it feels to be a doctor, because being a doctor was always my childhood dream. So I want to talk about how it really feels to be a doctor, if it really exceeded my expectations or if it's worse than I thought. Yeah, let's get started. So a little bit about my background, because I feel like I don't really talk about it on this channel, but I'm originally from Somalia, but I was born and raised in the Netherlands, and I was raised by a single mom. She raised 4 children on her own. So when I was little, I always wanted to be a doctor. I don't really know why, because I don't think when I was 7 I really knew what it meant. Apparently I was always saying it to everybody, but the moment that I really knew I wanted to be a doctor and really understood what a doctor meant during high school, I really liked biology. I really liked anatomy and physiology of the human body. I don't know, it's during that time I only wanted to be a doctor. There was nothing else I really was interested in. I also didn't really was looking for other options as well. So when I was like in my last year of high school, I freaked out a little bit. I was like, is this really what I wanted to be for the rest of my life? So then I was searching for other things, but luckily there wasn't something else that I enjoyed as much as being a doctor. Then I went to the university. I grew up in a really small town, an hour from Amsterdam, and there wasn't really a lot of diversity. And when I went to Amsterdam, there was a lot of diversity, of course, which I was really happy about. I think almost 40% of all the medical students were from a different background. There was also prayer rooms, there was halal food. There was so much diversity, which I really liked. I really enjoyed my time during medical school, and I want to make a different video about going into detail about the different things that I experienced during medical school. And when I started medical school, I had a little bit of the imposter syndrome, because I didn't know anyone around me who was a doctor, and I was really scared that it might be too hard for me. So I was a little bit insecure when I came into medical school. Afterwards, I tried to study as hard as I could, and I got luckily pretty good grades, and that really boosted my confidence. And afterwards, it went fine. I made some friends and I had a really amazing time. If you are one of my medical student friends and are watching this video, shout out to you. So I had an amazing time, and I'm a little bit sad that it's over. So if you don't know, medical school in the Netherlands is 6 years. So 3 years are the basic science years, and the last 3 years are clinical years. So then you're going to do rotations through the different hospitals and see all the different specialties. I graduated in May of last year, so May of 2021, and then I became a doctor. So that was a little bit weird. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I always dreamed to become a doctor. And the moment that I became a doctor, it felt the same. And that's the reason why I wanted to make this video, because I feel like a lot of the times when you have like big dreams or big goals, you feel like the moment that you're achieving that goal, that things will change or that you will feel different. For example, I listened to a podcast and they talked about when they succeeded, they felt like they would like unlock a different emotions.
Since I've accomplished, my dreams and beyond, I've still never felt a feeling or sensation that I've never felt before. I think that I thought that becoming successful and accomplishing things would almost unlock a new emotion or a new feeling within myself that was like euphoric. But that literally has not happened, because I realize that as humans, we only have a certain span of emotions that we can feel. But for some reason, I always believed that success and all that would bring some sort of new feeling to me, would make me feel a new emotion or a new feeling that I'd never felt before, that would be the best feeling ever, because I'd finally succeeded at something. But the truth is that that doesn't exist.
Some people think the moment that you succeed, that you will have a different emotion. Of course you will be happy, and of course I was happy during that moment, but afterwards everything will be the same. So I don't know how to explain it, but you won't feel different the moment that you succeed or achieve your goal. And the reason why I say this is not because it's depressing, because I realized a lot of things from this moment. You have to really value your journey instead of the destination. And I know a lot of people say this, but especially when you want to become a doctor or something that requires a lot of time, you're more focused on the future. So you're going to sacrifice a lot of things during the present. So maybe not spending enough time with your family, or not doing fun things with your friends, or I don't know, sacrificing sleep, those type of things, because you really focus on the future. So you really focus on the future because you want to reach that goal, of course. But the moment that you're reaching that goal, you will feel the same, because during that time you are already adjusting to becoming that thing. So for me, I got closer and closer to becoming doctor, and the moment that I became a doctor, I felt like I sort of already became it. So it didn't really feel different, and of course I was really happy and I celebrated with my family. I realized during the time that I should have also spent a lot of time during medical school focusing on the present, because your emotions aren't going to change the moment that you're succeeding. So for example, if you're really depressed during medical school, it's not like you're going to be the most happy and most put together person when you become a doctor, because before that, all the things that you were doing weren't leading to that happy moment, if that makes sense. So it's really important to take care of yourself during the present. And that's not to say that I was depressed during medical school, not at all. But I was someone who was putting myself before other people when it came to spending time or doing fun things. I was so focused on myself. Medical students are a little bit more selfish because you have to study. And now that I realize the feeling that nothing's going to change unless you're going to change yourself in the present, I will change the way I will move forward. So for example, for me, now that I'm a doctor, I still have to specialize. That can be 3 years, 6 years, it depends on the specialization that you're going to choose. So for example, for me, if I'm going to put my life on hold for 6 years, it means I will be 32. So that means that in the next 6 years, I will be less happy, I will be more selfish, be too focused on the future, and I will be 32 when I'm able to really be happy or do the things I want to do in my life. And that sounds really stupid. That's something that I'm going to change, and I'm really going to put an effort into really be mindful and be present from this moment on. That means that I'm going to have a lot of hobbies, do a lot of things that I want to do. For example, do YouTube, do whatever I want to do, because I don't care what other people think about it. I like it, so I'm going to do it. I really truly hope that you will be doing the same thing, especially if you're going to go into medical school or are a doctor now or something else, doesn't matter. So I truly hope that you will do the same thing and that you're going to focus on the present more as well. So the way I want to do it is to have 2 life tracks. One track is for my future goals and one is for my present goals. Present goal list can be something like, I will compliment one person today. I will help my parents with groceries. I will call my best friend today. So those things. So to be really mindful of today as well, because I feel like we're all way too focused on the future. And I also think that with this pandemic, a lot of people realize that it's so important to be present and that future goals aren't always guaranteed. And that sounds really depressing, but it also has something positive when it comes to being really mindful of the things that you're doing today and not the things that you're going to do in 1 year as well. So I truly hope that this video wasn't too depressing, but I know that when I was younger, I thought that when I became a doctor that things would change and that, I don't know, that your life would be different, that you have different emotions and that everything will be different. And it can be the case, of course, but then you have to be really mindful of every single day. You have to be present every single day. You have to have good habits every single day. It's not the goal that will make your life different. It's the habits that you're doing every single day that will change your life. And it's not the goal at the end, because you can achieve that goal with the worst habits ever, if that makes sense. But if you have good habits, or if you try to be positive every single day, and do things that will change your life every single day, then at the end, when you reach your goal, then things will be different. So don't be sleep deprived, don't be selfish, focus on your mental health. Those are the things that are really important, and really be mindful of every single day. And then I promise you that the moment that you will achieve your goal, you'll be happier and really be where you want to be during that moment. So Thank you so much for watching this video. So if you enjoyed it or learned something from this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And also subscribe if you want to see more of these type of videos as well. I really like to just sit down and just talk about the things that I'm going through or my thoughts. And I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.